Hello, my dear fire signs. This is Michaela from Shine Your Light Brightly 1111. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. And Merry Christmas, first of all. I hope you're all doing well, having a wonderful time with your families and your loved ones, and enjoying the time, eating a lot. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well. And what I want to do today is a little overview for the next year for you. I will do that for each sign separately. I just thought I'd just do one intro and then timestamp the signs. I will start with Aries, go ahead with Leo, and end and close with Sag. In general, don't make anything fit. Trust your intuition, please. Only take what resonates. It is a general reading for YouTube Collective, so of course not every message in a reading can fit to you. If it really does, okay, but please don't try to make anything fit. Really trust your intuition, but usually there is something that you can take out of it. I won't ask for a specific topic or area, so we will see what comes up for each sign, but I already got a few information while preparing for the reading for fire signs for 2024 in general. So it will be about healing, especially self-love. It will be about coming into your power and really having something to celebrate in the end. So we will see for each sign what it is about. I am an intuitive reader and a transformative teacher, yeah, too, but not here today. So some messages might trigger you. So I'm not a lovey-dovey reader. I tell you what I see. I am getting my information from spirit as well as out of the pictures on the cards. And yeah, I hope I can give you a little overview here and some helpful information. I already set the intention that I want to give you the information you need to move forward, and I wanted to have it uplifting, even though there might be something that comes up when we look deeper into shadows here. So I think with that said, we just jump in and start with Aries. So Aries, for you, I already got the message that it might be about heartbreak, but the heartbreak for many of you is already there. So it's about that healing of that disappointment. I feel disappointment and sadness here. So you will focus on yourself in the first place, and by doing that healing and focusing on yourself, also not just in regards to healing and self-love, but also in regards to your career, your abundance, your friendships, then suddenly someone new might appear. So we will see what we get. I will start with a 9-card spread where we get an overview and an overall energy, and then I will use some other decks to get more information. When it comes to other signs appearing in the reading, I only go with court cards and major arcana, because in the end we have at some point all the signs on the table. So for Aries 2024, so overall energy, Ace of Wands with the root chakra here, or base chakra. So the Ace of Wands, aces in general and tarot are about new beginnings. The Ace of Wands is about creativity as well as passion. So I hear passion ignited. So there might be some new beginning or something that happened that you put your attention to, and it might be love, because we have the Two of Cups as the middle card. These two are going together as the overall energy. Let me first of all lay them all out here. We have this, I show them when I talk about them. Six of Swords, the Tower, 8 of Coins, Four of Wands, King of Wands, Judgment, Princess of Cups, and Strength. Judgment and the Tower. That will be life-changing that year. My dear Aries, where to start? We start with the middle card. So we have the Two of Cups with the sacral chakra here. The Two of Cups is that it can be soulmate energy. It can be also partnership in business. It can be a relationship. It can be that spiritual union, but it's a very positive energy. With the sacral chakra, that's the chakra tarot, by the way. With the sacral chakra here, it's really about, especially also going together with the Ace of Wands, with that passion ignited. So there's a lot of happening. You feel more energetic. You more inspired is what I hear. And that might all happen very sudden here and unexpected. Because we have the Tower here with the solar plexus chakra. So what is the Tower? Many people are, that's Scorpio's energy, by the way. Many people are afraid of the Tower. I mean, the Tower can be quite unpleasant, but in the end, it's just necessary change that's happening. With the Tower, we can actually bring the Tower on our own by making life-changing decisions, and other people can bring the Tower, or some events can bring the Tower. The Tower just means that the old needs to end. We need to burn down. When I heard Spirit to say burn down, and we have flames here in that Tower, but everything that's not serving you and your current situation anymore needs to fall apart and fall away out of your life. And I also hear spiritual awakening or ascension process is here brought by maybe another person to you. What's also said with the Judgment card here, kind of. But what I hear for you, at least with that row, is huge change, sudden and unexpected, in regards in that row, in regards to love. So someone might enter your life, bringing that huge unexpected change, and also spiritual awakening or ascension here, triggering ascension. With that Princess of Cups, so we have water now also here. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So Scorpio already there with the Tower and with the Judgment card, by the way. So a lot of Scorpio energy in here. The Princess of Cups, what I hear for you here is soft heart opening. So even though that change comes quite unexpected and sudden and huge, brings huge change inside of you, first of all, maybe not right away in your life, but for sure inside of you. For some of you, it's the advice to go slow. For others, it's that soft heart opening. So Spirit is telling you to not jump full in, all in right away. Try to take it a bit more slow and steady. Wins the race in the end. Because that's really huge with the Tower and the Judgment here. So try to take it step by step. It could be a bit overwhelming. I actually don't feel the unpleasant energy that usually comes with a Tower. I think for many of you it is desired change, that you maybe weren't able to. I hear you've waited for someone to trigger it. So you might not have been, how to say that? I hear again inspired you. You knew that maybe change needs to come and that you want to have change, but maybe some of you didn't know how to make the change and what to change exactly. Um, so there was some inspiration missing, and there comes a person into your life which, again, first of all, inside of you brings that change, ignites that passion, inspires you to make necessary changes, and brings that soft heart opening. And I see also change in regards to work, because I have the work card here, the Eight of Pentacles. I mean, the Eight of Pentacles can also be the card of putting dedicated effort into a situation, but I hear work. So there might also be a change in regards to work in that year of 2024 for you, Aries. And because I have the Two of Cups and the work card related here, diagonal, with the Judgment, it might be that you find love at work for some of you. And with the Six of Swords, a Six of Swords is a card of moving on to calmer waters, leaving the storm behind. So I hear chaos. I mean, a tower usually brings a bit chaos. You know, huge change brings chaos at first. But don't be afraid. I mean, I have the solar plexus here with the tower. What's about confidence, self-esteem, courage. And the blockage of it is, of course, a lack of these three things, as well as fears is the blockage of, or are the blockage of the solar plexus chakra. So don't be afraid. Just go with the flow. Take one step at a time. Especially if we have changed in the workplace or in career in general, and in love. So I also have here diagonal the Six of Swords with the Two of Cups and the Strength card. What I get with the Two of Cups and the Six of Swords is that this new person, or that maybe I hear also, so love and work, work partnership and love partnership, brings that, after that change, brings you into peace mentally with the Six of Swords. So you can breathe again. With the Strength card here, what's Leo's energy? It's really about that you, throughout that ascension and that huge change that comes here into your life, you gain a lot of strength, but you are very in your power. You are very confident here and moving forward, because this is what you want. It's a heart, it's really a desire from the heart here. What's happening here? It was like you were waiting in the waiting line here. I really feel that huge desire for change was there for a longer time. Might be different for each and every one of you, but it was there. You just didn't know how and what exactly. And then something happens. I don't know what exactly is the first trigger here. I get intuitively that it is a person. That you suddenly have that passion ignited and go for it. You know, it was kind of that what you needed. It was a little push. So you confidently move forward with a more peaceful mind, clear to make decisions. With the Four of Wands here underneath the Six of Swords. Four of Wands is joy and stability, but it can be a relationship, even marriage too. But it is for sure your own stability that you find here. I really feel financial and career success here. With the Judgment card, you feel really guided here. And I also feel that you energetically felt this coming for a longer time. So sometimes we feel energetically that change is coming, but nothing really happens in the physical. So we feel that, okay, I hear restlessness. So you might have been restless for quite some time, knowing something happens, but not knowing what, and you didn't know what to do, how to act. Just that desire for change was there, and then it's suddenly happening all at once. What can be again quite overwhelming. So when you feel overwhelmed and when it's kind of, when you feel like you are in the midst of the chaos here, really find any kind of practice, whatever it is for you, meditation, yoga, or whatever, to calm yourself, to ground yourself again, to face the challenges and all that new energy here. It's beautiful. So the Judgment card is also about spiritual awakening or ascension. It's about the guidance. It's the rebirth, death and rebirth. So that's amazing. I feel that your excitement here, maybe it's to hear in my voice, um, it is, ah, it's so a kind of cute energy, so that you can't even believe that this is all happening to you in that beautiful way. All is in alignment, so you see that your inner work that you put into yourself pays off now, that everything where you felt maybe stuck in the past suddenly is right in front of you, unfolding. So with the Judgment card and the Princess of Cups and the Strength card here, I really feel that whatever triggers that ascension process here, it is really something that also brings healing to your heart. But I also feel that whatever you have been through in love, I mean, I felt when I was preparing for your reading that heartbreak, and I got the message that this is not for the new year, that this is something that already happened, or you are now in the midst of it, but that made you stronger. But you also are more careful now. So maybe in the past you jumped right in, all in right away, and it ended up disappointing, and with heartbreak. So you are kind of more careful and slowly opening up here and not jumping in right away. And that is something you've learned through your healing and through your experiences in the past. So we have a King of Wands here, so Leo again. Again, related to the work card. So we have here the partnership. That can be the work partnership that you're guided to take, but it can also be already about the person that you know through work. Doesn't have to be at the workplace, but maybe through work somehow. And here it's also, and I don't feel this is a boss. And we have it here with the Strength card. So Leo twice here underneath, King of Wands and the Strength card with the work related card. If you see yourself, identify yourself as the King of Wands here, then it is really about moving forward confidently in regards to career and work here and money. Feeling really strong and confident and courageous here to step into a new career, or for some of you it's really complete new career, or it's just, well, just, but you know, a little career push for in the same company or something like that. And we have the Four of Wands here with the Two of Cups and the King of Wands. What would be, I mean, alone these two. That is a beautiful partnership, a long-term partnership, stable. I mean, that's why the Tower has to happen, right? The Tower is about the old foundation needs to be burned down and let go of so that we can build a new foundation in a much more stable way. And obviously that's possible. So if you are the King of Wands here, you find love and stability and a beautiful relationship here and a new workplace. If you are identifying as a queen, then you find it with a King of Wands, maybe. Again, it could also be a figure like a boss at work, but it's not what I'm getting. I considered it, but Spirit said no. So some of you might be still very young and identifying as the Princess of Cups here. So quite unexperienced. But that's just for a few, maybe just one person. But I got that message kind of that there is someone very young and unexperienced here, but already quite confident and open-hearted. Aries, that energy is huge and beautiful. So let's get some other cards involved here. We go with the romance angel that's flying out here right away. You deserve love. You are lovable. So I got at the beginning when preparing for your reading that it is about self-love a lot. And I have the separation at the bottom. And I really get that is what happened this year. Some heartbreak, a separation, and you might have been in an energy of, you know, that disappointment and sadness that I felt at the beginning, where you thought maybe I don't deserve it. Maybe you were treated in a very wrong way. Whatever it was, I don't want to go into there now. I'm not guided to yet. Maybe it still comes up at some point. But right now, you know what I'm talking about. Individually, each and every one, it might be different for all of you, but whatever happened here, there was a separation that brought sadness and the feeling of maybe I don't deserve it to be loved, or I'm not lovable. But you are. And this year, 2024, will show you how much. Whoop. So, Spirit, what else for Aries for 2024? What does Aries need to know? It's the Energy Oracle. And of course, they have to fall on the floor. So we have the Community card at the bottom. And I think we have two on the floor. Let's see. Yep, let me grab them. So beautiful. The Goddess of the Moon and the Strategy. So with the Strategy, I immediately, well, they bring me back to the Six of Swords and to the message I gave you that when you feel overwhelmed and when it's just too much, I mean, even though if it is positive excitement, you need to have a clear head here for all these changes. And so it's really about, you know, take one step at a time. Slow down. Find a way and a practice to calm yourself down, ground yourself. And that's why the Strategy card comes up. With the Goddess of the Moon, it's really a beautiful energy. For me, it's a bit like the High Priestess in Tarot. So it's something mysterious about you. You can fully trust into your intuition and guidance, what you do. That's why everything of that comes into your life in that beautiful way. And you also did your spiritual work. Again, that's not the High Priestess, but the High Priestess would be about that beautiful balance of shadow and light, not afraid to look at her shadows. And I feel that you are that High Priestess. And so you did your work and it pays off. You now see the evidence in the physical world, and that's so beautiful. I also feel with the community card, you might meet maybe through the workplace new people, new soulmates is what I hear. So soulmates doesn't have to be romantically, right? It can be just friends, people who are like-minded. So you really have a beautiful community around you here next year, and I feel that there are a lot of new people coming into your life. So far, so good, Aries. I'm always happy when I get readings like that. What else for Aries for 2024? Spirit, please. Pride and rejection. So yeah, so for the ones where I said that slow heart opening here with the princess, that I felt that really soft opening up, that are really not beautiful cards here, but so the pride and the rejection. So the heartbreak, whatever happened here for you, you are very afraid of getting hurt again because it's not fully healed yet. That's why Spirit says, yeah, but take the time, learn from the past, don't jump all in right away. Take one step at a time, you know, and out of pride, you might hold back here quite a bit with the princess, because the Princess of Cups is really not giving much. It's just that little. So she shows interest, she's flirty, but, well, I hear sweet. But she's not really fully opening up. And it's out of the fear to get rejected. So kind of, you have to show me first that you really want me and that you are worth my attention and my heart opening, you know. And yeah, there might be a bit pride in it because, you know, when you, yeah, kind of that wounded warrior energy is what I hear, even though and feel, even though I don't have the Nine of Wands here, but yeah, so totally understandable. And Spirit points out the right way. So maybe don't do it out of pride, just do it out of, I've learned my lesson in the past and I take it slow and we will see what happens. I also hear, don't make, you know, I mean, we have your King of Wands here. They might be quite impatient because they are usually very passionate and go for what they want. At the beginning, they might find that attractive. So kind of, you know, it triggers their, what's the English word for it? Sorry, sometimes I'm missing the right words for what I want to say. So that they can chase you a bit, you know? Let's say it that way. It's not exactly what I wanted to say, but the sense is the same. So, it's fun at the beginning. If you play that role too long, they might get bored. Spirit is pointing out. So you have to find that balance then when you feel a bit safer, also open up a bit more. Let's see what's the shadow here still for you, Aries. I mean, I already see that here with the rejection, but is it just because of that last situation you've been through? Or were there more than one? Or is there even a childhood issue still present? So what shadow does Aries need to look at? So, tell me also to look at the bottom. So fragmentation, so that is for sure what happened throughout at least that last situation you've been through, maybe this year, that separation or even rejection. But it can also be something that already happened at childhood. I have the Triumph of Lies. That's really an ugly card. I don't want to show that, but I'm guided to do so. Spirit is pointing out to be true to yourself in the first place. And again, that pride. I have a sip of my tea. The Triumph of Lies is a card where it's really about that we aren't honest to ourselves. There is something you tell yourself because it makes you feel more comfortable. But the fragmentation is kind of the reason, because Spirit is telling me they go together. I mean, the fragmentation was the bottom card to the Triumph of Lies. And they connected for me also with the Pride card. Let's get more clarification here. What's going on with Aries here with the Triumph of Lies and the fragmentation? So I hear some of you asking, you just said that we don't have shadows here coming up. Why are you now looking at them? Because I was guided to, and because I'm a transformative reader. And I want you to be able to really get that guy or that woman, whatever it is for you, and to really have that happiness and that financial and career success. And not that a shadow and your pride is blocking you. So, 8 of Wands with a 7 of Wands. Seven of Cups with the, I need my other glasses, give me a sec, can't read these, or can't really see it here. With the Knave of Pentacles, what is the Page of Pentacles? So another page. So what I get here with the 8 and 7 of Wands, so the 7 of Wands is a card of a defensive mode, right? And the 8 of Wands is that very fast positive movement forward. Fiery energy, passion. So you are guarded towards that. You are in defense mode here. The 7 of Cups with the Page of Pentacles. So the 7 of Cups is choices. It can be about confusion also. It can also be about daydreaming. I get the choices here. Because the Page of Pentacles is planting the seeds. So you get clear on what you want and you plant the seed, and then you look what's coming out of it. So you might, even though what this person here ignites inside of you is really, really huge. That ascension, that passion, that change in career, that opportunity for a beautiful, stable relationship with a really great foundation. And intuitively you know that. So that you hold back is out of fear to get hurt, out of fear to be rejected. So what I get here from Spirit is, because of that energy, you tell yourself, well, maybe it's not him, maybe there comes someone else. But the the risk here is what I said before, what Spirit was pointing out is that when you take too long and play too cool or too slow, or, you know, not always just giving a crumb, then they might be gone, and that opportunity too. So, and I feel that it's really something you want. So there is really, so we have now another page of wands. So a lot of pages in your reading here, and the two of wands is the crossroads. You need to make a decision which path to choose. So a lot of pages here. Page of wands, page of pentacles, and the page of cups in your 9-card spread. So it's really about holding back here, even though I feel you are in your power, you're holding back. So it's really about to go within where this comes from. What is the reason? Is it really just that one situation that you have been through this year, because it's maybe still too fresh, not fully healed yet? Or is there a deeper issue that's already maybe there since childhood? Any kind of abandonment issues, any kind of self-love stuff that's going on here. I hear you know better. So it's really fear holding you back here. And I felt the fear with the tower, what's not unusual. I mean, the tower can be quite unpleasant, even though I didn't feel it in the way it usually feels. The tower usually really brings huge chaos. I didn't feel it that intense, but I felt the fear moving forward, that you kind of, but it was more kind of not believing that this is happening to you in that huge way, that huge change, your desires, and you don't trust it. You don't trust that success. Even though Spirit says, yeah, always be careful what you wish for. When it stands right in front of you, you suddenly might be so overwhelmed and run away because you weren't ready for it. But now we brought it to you. You were begging for it. Here it is. And now you don't want it. Did you change your mind? Let's see what else for Aries here, or all clarification still for that, whatever Spirit, whatever you think is right here, what Aries needs to hear, please. The healing light. Yeah, with the back and forth, and that's the problem. The back and forth would be the problem with that King of Wands energy here, or with your person then in general, that can bring you that beautiful Two of Cups and the Four of Wands. So it's really important that you first of all heal, because you do exactly that, being in all that page energy, just giving crumbs out of fear to get hurt again, out of not trusting what is right in front of you. And again, not every person makes that back and forth for long. So what else? Okay, that one wants to come out. Denial. And obedience. Okay. So there is something, that's the triumph of lies, right? You tell yourself something because of being in denial. But the denial card in this deck is also about that access to something is denied for you as long as you don't look at the shadow. There is something you need to do. And with the obedience card, I mean, it reminds me a bit of the justice card in tarot. That lady with the sword here and blindfolded. This card is about that there are some situations in life where we need to do what we don't like to do. And the pride, they are pointing out the pride again. So there is something out of pride that you don't want to do, don't want to look at. But first of all, you are just denying a part of you that comes with the fragmentation again, right? There is a part of you that you are in denial of. But because you are, the access to love, success, whatever it is for you here is denied. Because again, with that back and forth, what's indecisive energy, it might not work out the way we saw it here in the 9-card spread so beautifully. What's the main challenge or lesson for Aries in 2024? Main lesson or challenge for Aries in 2024. Okay, yeah. There were 3 cards coming out. Holy moly. Let me see what we got here. So yeah, it's kind of the 2 of Cups as the challenge here. It's even the 2 of Roses. So, but as you can see, the chairs are empty. So no one is sitting there in the sunset. You want to sit there together with your person, but the chairs are empty. I hear lesson with this card. So for some it might be the challenge that the person isn't there yet, but we already see here that it's possible that they come in. The lesson here is, if you don't want it to end up that way, you have to get out of that all that page or princess energy here and give a bit more. And you can do so by healing, by getting out of denial and look at what that fragmented energy is. We have Archangel Raphael here. So you are resisting the healing, especially of the heart here. And you even got in that one deck here the healing light. So healing is really a huge topic. I even got that at the beginning. So you can ask Archangel Raphael here to assist you with your healing, to make that 2 of Cups that was your middle card, that beautiful spiritual union, possible. And we have another Archangel here with you, Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is about communication in the first place, so, and authenticity. That coming up as a challenge or lesson is also that out of that pride and with all these page and princess energies and just giving crumbs out of fear, it's really about that you don't say what you mean, that you communicate in a way out of that pride, which can kind of, you know, bring blockages into your connection here. So you are really asked to do the healing work here, to go within. Ask Archangel Gabriel and Raphael for assistance here. I mean, your overall energy looked amazing. So there is a lot possible here for you. Huge, major life shifts in love and career. and money, what comes with career, I guess. But so what else for Aries? What did I not see yet? What do you want Aries to know still? Anxiety again, 9 of Swords with a King of Wands. So you are really, so either you identify yourself as the King of Wands, then it's your anxiety, or you are afraid of him. The Emperor, so Aries energy now also in the game with the Ace of Wands again. What's already your energy overall here? So an Emperor brings the Ace of Wands, that passion ignited. That's the one who brings that ascension. Or it is representing you. It's your energy. But really being in charge. Because here you are in your full power. Grabbing that new beginning full of passion and creativity. Going with it. Instead of, okay, I now got it. So Spirit was pointing out again. So this is one option. Being the King of Wands in anxiety, hiding. Or being the Emperor in his full power, taking that Ace of Wands and making things happen. Being in charge here. So last message for Aries, please. Transformation and choice. Interesting. I love when the last messages are lining up with what I told you before. So I will read these. So, transformation. I am constantly evolving. I improve inwardly by working on my weaknesses and refining my strengths. Life ensures I'm presented with situations that will help me learn and grow. I am aware of my progress and open my wings to the light. And the choice card. I choose serenity, light, and positive energy. No matter what I go through, I choose happiness. I rise above fear and direct my thoughts to God. So beautiful last messages here, Aries. I hope this reading helped you in some way. Thank you so much for watching. And I wish you a wonderful new year, 2024. A successful year full of love. And if it still should be Christmas when you watch this, have a wonderful Christmas time with your loved ones and family. Bye bye. Take care. So, hey Leo. I hope you're doing well. Let's see what your reading is showing us. So when I was preparing for your reading specifically, I got a heartbreak that might have happened this year or is just happening. For some of you, it's about third party, betrayal. So your new year will be about healing, about facing own shadows. You really already have in mind what you want to manifest for yourself, but it will be a bit of a time alone that you will spend, and also a bit of that hermit mode, going into that soul searching mode and healing. So we will start with the 9-card spread to get an overview, and then I will use different decks Again, I won't ask for a certain area. I just ask for what does Leo need to know for the year of 2024. And we will see what your main topic will be. One extra card flips out here. And look at that, the heartbreak, 3 of Swords. Whoop. Okay, they tell me to look at the bottom now. And 3 of Wands. That, so 2 3s, so might be about third party also here. But so there's a lot of sadness and sorrow going on. But yeah, the World card as your overall energy, ending cycles. I mean, the World is also about expansion. It's also about abundance, but it's in the first place about closing old karmic cycles. And that can, of course, be quite painful. Let's see, the card that goes together with it is the middle card. Oh, ooh, 5 of Swords. So I already feel that heavy energy. Let me get them all out first of all. So 9 of Coins. I show them when I talk about them. The Moon. Here we go with the shadow work. The anxiety. 9 of Swords. Judgment. Spiritual ascension or awakening. Knight of Swords. Death. Holy moly. Huge transformation, my dear Leo. 7 of Cups and 8 of Cups. Yeah, leaving something behind here. So what I feel right away here, beside the pain that I already got when I was preparing for your reading, and whatever, I won't go there, what really happened here, you know what your story is, and it's different for each and every one of you. The only thing I need to know is that there is heartbreak, there is sadness, there is sorrow, there is a loss of some kind in regards to love and relationship. What I also feel is that there is, that this time is really challenging for you, and that you are in a state of being very focused on what's not working and what you've lost and what you don't have or can't have. What would be 5 of Cups energy, I don't have the 5 of Cups here, but that's what I feel. So really being very focused on the negative here. That is for sure something you should work on, but we will go through it here step by step. So again, see it as an extra card. So we have the 3 of Swords here, what's heartbreak, sorrow, sadness. It comes out here with the solar plexus chakra. So this pain and that event, whatever it is for you, really put a number on you when it comes to your confidence and self-esteem and courage. But you are about, at least in the new year then, to close that old cycle. And look how beautiful this World card is. So I mean, an ending always also means that something new comes in, right? It makes room for something new and usually something better. But again, that whatever happened here to you really put a number on you. I have the 5 of Swords as your main energy in the middle here. And what I feel with this card, I mean, it can be the card of ego and pride, but that might be a bit out of that pain, still acting on that pain. So I really feel that's kind of fresh still. But the 5 of Swords is also the card of defeat. What I hear is the battle is already lost. So, I mean, you've lost maybe that battle and you have to close that cycle. So some of you might not have, or yeah, not have been able to accept the ending here. So kind of going into the acceptance that that battle is lost and that you have to close that cycle now. For others of you, it really put a number on you in regards to a new beginning, because the world is the last card in the major arcana, so in that cycle. And the next card would be the zero again, the fool. What's the new beginning? And I really feel you are still, I mean, this is huge here. It's really, really huge what's going on here, Leo. When it comes to transformation. And transformation can be painful. Endings can be painful, of course. But I already can tell you, even though we don't see it quite yet here, but I know that alone judgment and death here, what comes out of it, and also the moon, what comes out of it in the end will be amazing. So you will really have a rebirth here, and that's the death of the old you and the rebirth of a new you, a much better you. So this was kind of destined and fated, what happened here. For some of you, I already get that you, through whatever, maybe it was that event, but for some of you, I already get that it wasn't that event that brought kind of an ascension process or a spiritual awakening, wherever you are here on your spiritual journey, to your life. And actually, what happens throughout these processes is that we grow, and you can never go backwards. So when a spiritual awakening or ascension process took place, you never can go backwards. And because it's a development of yourself, of your personality, of your everything, it brings up the desire for change. And it also automatically happens that things that aren't in alignment with you anymore, with your new you, with your changed new, falls away. And often these are relationships, these are jobs, careers, living places, whatever it is, to make room for something new, because you evolved and now you are in a higher state, and you attract on that energetic level. And what was in your life before was before, with your old you in alignment with you, but it falls away then. So for some of you, already feel that something, whatever it was for you, triggered an ascension or an awakening. And that heartbreak is kind of because it needed to fall away. That's why it was kind of destined to make room for something new. It was really important that you close that old cycle to make room for something beautiful, what wants to come into your life. For some of you, that pain triggered that ascension or awakening. Okay, where to start, Spirit? It's the, I guess, the most positive card here on the table, beside, for me as a transformative reader and a shadow worker, these cards are very positive, but that is depending on the point of view. So we have the Nine of Coins here. What is the independent single person? It's abundance, it's success, it's the focus on yourself. So for some of you, it is just being single again. Maybe for some of you, after a long time. As an advice, I get here really to focus on yourself now, to not focus on the pain or what didn't work out. I also feel guilt in some way, or shame. It's that feels quite similar sometimes, so I can't really say what it is. So yeah, with the sacral chakra here, that's the chakra tarot. Um, so the sacral chakra is our power center. It is our emotions are there, our inner child is there. Um, when we feel exhausted, it is in the sacral chakra. So I really feel you put all your power that is left into yourself, into your career, your abundance. Attention to yourself is what I hear. In what way ever. Everything that feels good, and that's a good approach here. We have the moon next to it. So the moon card is about shadow work, but it's a lot of other things too. It's about your intuition. It can be a bit about uncertainty because you only have your intuition and no physical evidence for it. So there is something about communication here with the throat chakra. They point out the next card. What's the Nine of Swords? That's anxiety, darkest fears, sleepless nights, worry, doubt. So there is something about communication where you are afraid to speak your truth, to express what's truly on your mind. I can't see here yet what about or to whom, but there's too much fear in the mix here. So some shadow work needed. I hear Archangel Gabriel. I hear the word authenticity. So for some of you, it's maybe really about to just be you without being judged. That's what the fear is about. When I go with the moon and the Five of Swords and the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups can be choices, it can be confusion, and it can be daydreaming. So what I get here is actually confusion. There is something, I don't see it here yet. We will see it throughout the reading, I guess. There is something you want. Maybe there is a person that we don't see here because we have neither kings nor queens nor the emperor or the empress. So not really persons here in the spread. So, but I feel there is someone you want to talk to or something you want in general, whatever that is for you, where you have an intuitive insight somehow, where you think that's how to, or that's what could happen, or that what I could have if I do so, or do this or that. But it's only intuitive, and you are too afraid to give it a try. It seems to be, I feel, too risky. And you think you can't have it with the Five of Swords in the middle. Again, that's a card of, so first of all, it might be a bit out of ego and pride to not get hurt again, if it's about love also here. So holding back. But I also feel like, well, I hear it makes no sense anymore. I will mess it up, or they will mess it up. I will end up hurting again. So I don't even try. You know, that kind of energy, that kind of mental monologue I hear here. So I get the confusion in regards to there is an intuitive insight which you don't have evidence for, and what brings uncertainty and confusion. I also hear, am I caught up in an illusion? What the moon also can be about, illusion. So you are really not the courage is missing here. As I've said, that situation really put a number on your confidence here and your courage too. So there is something missing. There is a shadow you need to look at also. And there needs healing to take place. With that anxiety, I have the Knight of Swords here. What is communication? And I have the Eight of Cups here. What can be walking away, or it is leaving emotional baggage from the past behind. The Knight of Swords is communication. It is even coming out here with the throat chakra. The Knight of Swords is also someone who is quite determined towards his goals. But, so it's Gemini, by the way, air signs. Oh, I didn't go into the signs here yet. So we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I only go with court cards and major arcana when it comes to the signs. We have Scorpio twice with judgment and death. The World card is about all the fixed signs, which are you, Leo, which is also Taurus, Scorpio again. What's the fourth? Aquarius, I guess. And Pisces with the Moon card. A bit maybe also Cancer. Cancer can also be represented by the Moon. The Knight of Swords storms sometimes towards his goals, and his communication lacks compassion because he has that tunnel vision towards his goal and storming forward. He's not really caring about what the people left and right are thinking. And especially because I have the anxiety card, the worry, doubt, and fear card above it. Out of fear, you might really watch your, or you should really watch your communication towards everyone around you. Out of fear, you might communicate in a way that hurt people. The Knight of Swords can be really hurtful. So it's really about to heal and to leave behind whatever brings up that anxiety here. We will go into the shadow a bit later. But for some of you, I also get out of anxiety, what we already got here, yeah? Out of anxiety, you don't even try to communicate. Instead, you run away. So again, I feel you want to communicate to someone, something to someone. I don't know what it is about. I don't know who this person is because we don't have persons here. But there is something you want to communicate and you have not the courage to do so. And you let the anxiety win. You give all the power here to the fear. So I'm guided to put a rose quartz under the Three of Swords for the heart healing and to clear the energies. And whatever that is so heavy on your heart, the pain, the sorrow, the disappointment, delete, uncreate, destroy it all across all time, space, dimensions, and realities for the highest good of all, and so it is. Clear and transmute it all. Archangel Raphael, I call you in to please help Leo with their healing. Thank you. So, yeah, you are running away from an opportunity here is what I hear from Spirit. Again, I don't know what that opportunity is. Let's go into that huge row here. The Nine of Pentacles is to put all the attention to yourself. Judgment. As I've said, it's the rebirth, the death of your old you, and the rebirth, the phoenix rising from the ashes. It is spiritual awakening or ascension. It is spiritual guidance. It is huge. And that together with the death card here. The death is the end of the old ways. It's huge transformation, both with the crown chakra here. So it's really about your guidance. So the end of something, maybe a relationship, a job, whatever it is for you, what broke your heart and disappointed you here. Because I don't have, again, persons or a real topic here. So you know what it is for you. So the end of that, the acceptance of it, and taking that pain and making it matter in regards to your own personal development, to understand the bigger picture here, what the judgment card is also about, to understand that this ending was meant to happen for your own personal growth, and being committed to your own personal growth with a nine of coins here. Being very committed to it, to that healing that needs to take place after that ending. And here the death card with the 8 of Cups. So in this row, it's really about walking away from something that's not serving you anymore. That's over. Something, there is an ending. I already got the message here that there was a denial of that ending, not accepting that something is over. And here it's really about the acceptance that it's over and walking away from it. Even though with the 7 of Cups in between, it's all confusing, it's all too much. I really feel overwhelming, even though that's not the meaning of the card, but that's what I feel. It brings up a lot of confusion. It might be something huge here. I mean, if it's a separation, it might even be with needing to change home. I don't know, for some of you, leaving a family behind. I still also feel with that card, in between the death and the 8 of Cups, that the 7 of Cups is still something like, can I kind of save that? Is there still a choice, or is it really an end? But I can tell you, with the death card and the 8 of Cups in that row, it's the end. With the World card here, it is the end. But you're afraid of that end. So you might not even have faced it yet. Maybe that's what's coming. So I really feel that you're already in that, sorry, I pulled it there again. I forgot that the rose quartz is on the card. I feel already that pain. So I think that's really something you're already in, but you might not have made the decision yet to leave that situation that's already over. And you're afraid to do so. So I have the death card here with the anxiety, and yeah, the battle is already lost. I've heard these words at the very beginning when I looked at that card, but you're still too afraid to leave it behind and to really close it, to close that cycle. With the 9 of coins, the 5 of swords, and the 8 of cups here, I really get that becoming single by walking away from that situation. But there's a resistance. I feel a huge resistance out of pride and ego here in regards to that becoming single. And here it's out of fear. In this row, it's really that resistance to become single and to walk away from a situation, even though you're unhappy, you're heartbroken, it's not serving you. And from the conscious mind, you know it's over. But there is something holding you back. What is it? We will figure out. So first of all, for Leo here, 2024, for the year 2024, for my Leos here, please. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith, and we have the codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So what I get with the codependency card is when, for the ones of you who are in a relationship long term, even a marriage maybe, where there's family involved, there is a codependency in regards to that. So really in regards to being either the provider or having, you know, you had the provider and now not anymore, that kind of thing. For some of you, I really feel the codependency is with someone else. It doesn't have to be romantic, even though it's saying here romantic. It's affecting the romantic life. I mean, addictions in general. I mean, the word, a codependency is kind of an addiction, but an addiction can be anything, right? So for some of you, I hear alcohol, numbing the pain. Leo. What can I do for you? But first of all, we go deeper. I feel that pain. My heart is so heavy, guys. That's really not funny. And I feel that confusion also, that mental conflict somehow. Yeah, all tied up. And hostilities. Yeah, great. Can it get worse? Let me have a sip of my tea. Maybe it's calming me down. That's not nice energy. So somehow, what I feel now for some of you is that there is a situation that you are really saddened and unhappy in, but you want to leave, but you feel that you can't leave. Maybe for some of you, you are the provider here, and someone else is codependent, and you out of responsibility can't leave. I got that at the beginning. Didn't I say that already? I got that somehow with that responsibility. Some of you are heartbroken not because of your situation, but because of not being able to leave. That's the sadness, actually, the heartbreak. You want to leave. Maybe you found someone new somehow, but can't be with them because you feel all tied up in that situation. And here's even with the hostility, I feel that inner conflict, that inner hostility with that card mostly. But there might even be in your connection, in your relationship or marriage, whatever it is for you, a lot of fighting. What makes even more unhappy, what maybe also explains that Knight of Swords energy, what is kind of, you know, I don't care how you feel when I speak my truth. I want to leave anyways. So it might be different for each and every one of you. As I've said at the very beginning in my intro, only take what resonates. I can't, you know, I might not have yet again that huge community on YouTube, but there are still a few people watching it. So it's not just one situation here. What else for Leo? Say what you mean. Yeah. And the pride. Yeah, what can I say? I love when it's confirming itself here, the reading, confirming my words. So I felt the pride with the middle card with the Five of Swords. And say what you mean. I felt the hesitation to speak your truth with the Moon card as well as with the Knight of Swords. So, you are afraid to speak your truth. Why is that? I mean, out of pride, obviously, because Spirit is telling me these two cards are going together. So what is the pride here? In the scenarios I already got. What's the shadow of Leo here that Leo should look at? These cards are really ugly here. So I have the parasite. And I have the card, Is This Me? I get a certain message with that Is This Me card, but let's go here first. The parasite is actually kind of the devil's energy, to compare it with tarot. So it is a belief system, a negative thought pattern, or even I hear suppressed emotions. So there is something, maybe even from childhood, doesn't have to be, but something that you've been through in life that brought up that, okay, I hear for the majority it's about childhood issue. There is something that you, so that parasite is really a thought pattern or any kind of belief system that holds you in that negativity, that holds you in that anxiety. There is a wrong belief system somehow. Spirit is pointing out belief system and the word wrong. So not for your highest good, not serving you. And it's creeping back. So I hear that some of you already tried to get rid of it somehow, to heal that or to face it. Others suppress it, try to not look at it. So in denial of the shadow. We all have shadows. And they are part of us. But we shouldn't be afraid to look at them. With the Is This Me card, I really get that there, maybe you, I kind of feel for some of you, even though I still don't have that kind of cards here, but that you met someone new also. But you can't be with that person because you are all tied up in another connection. Out of whatever it is for you, or what reason you feel all tied up here. But I really also feel that with that new person, for some of you, there is they ignited something inside of you, a side of you that you didn't know yet or didn't face yet, were in denial of. Oh, okay. Spirit tells me also for some of you, these two are going together. So the parasite is kind of, with that Is This Me card, is kind of, there is that side of you that you until now didn't accept it as a part of you, and you see it as a parasite. Okay, let me get some clarification on that. So you know, when that I get very sexual energy with that is this me card. So there is maybe, you know, kind of a, I don't know, there is huge passion, but in a, I hear the word dirty, in a very dirty way, or it's maybe that kind of dom submissive, you know, a dominant and submissive thingy, something that you might not have lived yet, and where you, okay, again, two different scenarios. So for some of you, this is just ignited and just appeared because it was always there, but it is now triggered to look at it. For some of you in your current relationship, it is that situation, and that kind of is the all tied up thing. But you now come into the realization if that is really still you. So it maybe have been in the past, but it's not anymore. And for others of you, this is new. It comes up now because, you know, suppressing only works for quite some time, but at some point the light is on it. Then it's time to face it, if you want it or not. I know what I'm talking about. Can we get a bit more clarification, please, Spirit, on the parasite? And there is this me card on the shadow here. Okay, that one wants to come out. So we have the Ten of Cups. Interesting. With the Ten of Wands. Okay, two tens. Tens usually are about endings. Six of Swords and Seven of Wands. One more round, Spirit says. Eight of Pentacles and Eight of Wands. Okay. So the Ten of Cups with the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Cups usually is emotional fulfillment, that happiness, that happy family. The Ten of Wands is the card of feeling burdened and overwhelmed, exhausted. So two tens. Even though the Ten of Cups usually not really represents a marriage or a long-term relationship, but I really heard here from Spirit that it is that way here. So whatever your relationship is here, it feels like a burden, and it's just exhausting you. It's not happiness anymore. You want the Ten of Cups, but yeah, you want the Ten of Cups, but what you feel and the situation you are in is the Ten of Wands. So with the Six of Swords and the Seven of Wands. So the Six of Swords, didn't you have that in your... No, you didn't. Six of Swords is leaving stormy waters, chaos behind, and moving on to calmer waters. But the Seven of Wands is the defense mode. So you are kind of resisting to leave the chaos. So even though you see it that way, that with that hostility and all tied up, that is really negative energy, that is... I can't even explain what I feel. Very heavy. But you have that resistance. You think you have to stand your ground here, but you don't. Eight of Pentacles and Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is a beautiful card of a positive shifts, of a very fast positive movement forward, communication, travel. Eight of Coins is either the work card, or it's about the dedicated effort that you are willing to put in to your positive movement forward. And that's actually what I get from Spirit here with that meaning. So put that necessary effort into, then you will have that positive shift. But you need to let the defense down and leave the chaos, end that cycle, close that cycle, accept the end. Actually, for some of you, that parasite is your current relationship. It's for some of you, that is what's exhausting you, what's just weighing you down. It's they show me a vampire sucking you out of your life force. And I also hear there is something beautiful waiting for you, whatever that might be for you. But you need to make that decision and put the necessary effort into it. Take the necessary action. I hear when you accept the current situation as it is, it will automatically transform. So for Leo, for the year 2024, what else can we see here? A creative endeavor and a professional assistance. So there's huge healing needing to happen. And maybe you need the professional assistance here. For some of you, it's about a lawyer, because it might be about a divorce here. It's also about to make the pain matter here. All that stuff that you are suppressing, all that anxiety, that all tied up stuff, that parasite stuff, not wanting, that pride and ego, not wanting to accept an end, thinking the battle is already lost, and even why even try to have a new beginning, you know, it won't work anyways. That is all negative stuff, low vibrational stuff that you need to get rid of. And Spirit is giving you the advice here with the creative endeavor to put it in some kind of creative project that can just be for yourself, whatever it is. Oh, Spirit is pointing something out. Give me a sec. I am supposed to show you something. So I'm writing and I'm painting, and I was supposed to show you that I just painted a Leo. I painted a lion, and I'm not painting for long yet, but maybe some of you are supposed to paint or are into art in some way, or maybe it's about writing, maybe just journaling. Journal down what is on your mind. That kind of can break the cycle of overthinking, to go about the same stuff over and over again. So put it in some, so for some of you it might be about music. I mean, we have here, right? We have the canvas here as well as an instrument. So whatever it is for you, put your attention on yourself, as well as into use it as a muse, is what I hear. Use it as a muse for any kind of creative project. And again, if you need assistance with it, that can be, you know, it can be a counselor, a lawyer, an energy healer, whatever it might be for you. Whoop. What else for Leo? Oh, that flew out right away. Okay, let me see what we got here on the floor. What is that? The High Priestess of Spirit flew out with, where's the other one here? What is that? Forbidden. Oh, oh. A closed door. Forbidden and a closed door. I'm curious what's behind that door. You too? Okay. The High Priestess of Spirit is really about your spiritual work that you need to do here. You have the Death card and the Judgment card and the Moon card here. So it's really about your spiritual work at the moment. To put the focus on yourself. The shadow work is necessary. As long as you didn't, the door to whatever something new is for you is closed. Access denied. So I really feel, again, we don't have it here, but I feel you already know what you want, what that new beginning could be, or what you want it to be. But yeah, as long as you don't close that old cycle first and do your healing and your, your shadow work, that access might stay denied. Or if you close that cycle but don't do your work, even though I kind of think with Judgment and Death you are forced to, so there is no running away anymore. But if you don't do your work here on yourself and just numbing the pain and running away, not facing the shadows, you attract someone who brings that same energy again. But if you want something beautiful here for yourself, and I'm sure you do, there is some work needed, my dear Leo. What's the main challenge or lesson for Leo in 2024, Spirit, please? Oh, that's a bunch of cards. We can't do that, Spirit. Please, more specific. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a clear message. We have the Willow as well as the Akashic Library. The Willow is about tranquility, rest, rejuvenation, and coming up as a challenge or lesson. It's really about that you can't find that. You're always in that exhausted mode, in that stressed out, anxiety, mental conflict mode. That's really not healthy. So you really need to figure out a way here to find stillness, to find calmness. It's really important. It's also very difficult for you to focus with all that chaos. You are in that chaotic energy, and I feel it. I feel the confusion, the mental conflict, that exhaustion, that emotional roller coaster also. That's really, really heavy energy here you're in, Leo. And I really feel that you are in this energy for quite some time. Spirit is pointing out that to make no decision is really something that holds you in this energy. As soon as you, whatever the decision is, but to make a clear decision will help you to get out of that chaos in the first place. Because you have kind of one foot out of it and one foot still in, because you feel all tied up, codependent, whatever it is for you. We got different scenarios here. And that your inner back and forth stuff that is not healthy. It holds you in that indecisive energy, and that brings that restlessness and that exhaustion. But in the end, you already have your answer. If you are unhappy, and we got that very clear, and if you have to numb your, that might not be for every one of you, but if you have to numb your pain and your mental conflict, that's answer enough that this isn't serving you anymore. That's not healthy. That Akashic Library card is about that you have the opportunity here to begin a new life. In the Akashic records, we have written down all of our lives. And with that card, it's about that there is a point in time now where you have an empty page. You create, you write down what you want from life here. So what will you write down? Will you go on in that energy? And how long do you think you can do that? Or do you decide to make a clear decision and close that cycle, do your healing work, and see what beautiful things can come to your life? It's up to you, but it comes up here as a lesson or challenge. So the challenge for sure is to not find that stillness, to be always in that inner restlessness, and you also are in resistance to healing. So ask yourself why. You are punishing yourself is what I hear for some of you. So you have some self-punishment issues here going on. What comes from guilt? What can be also a childhood issue. Some of you, when you would be the provider here, or when you are the provider of a family, and that's your reason to not leave, why you feel all tied up. That guilt already might play out here. But you have, so this card really tells you, you have the opportunity for a complete new life, where your desires and hopes can be fulfilled. But you need to close this cycle. Holy moly, Leo, what you doing? What else, Spirit, for Leo? What didn't I see yet? Okay, that is a bunch of cards again, but okay. Let's see what we got. Ah, look at that. The Star, the Knight of Cups, Eight of Pentacles again, and the Hierophant, and the Six of Pentacles. So the Star card is about what I just said. Your desires can be fulfilled here. The Star card is not just about deep emotional healing and spiritual guidance. It is about wishes and wish fulfillment, that the stars are aligning in your favor if you follow your guidance. Today I'm your guide, so I'm speaking, they are speaking through me to you. So to get your desires fulfilled, what might be in love here, because we have a Knight of Cups coming up here. The Knight of Cups is the romantic gesture, the invitation to dinner, that red roses stuff, you know? Speaking your truth, expressing your love. I have it coming up with the Eight of Pentacles, so for some of you it might even be about work or about someone at work. With a Hierophant or a Hierophant, however you want to pronounce it. The Hierophant is about integrity. Okay. I get somehow that your relationship that you are in now. Okay, wait, Spirit. If you would leave your marriage or family, it would have an impact on your integrity at work for some of you. Take it as it resonates. That was a message from Spirit here. The Hierophant is about integrity, but it is also about marriage. It's also about faith and spirituality or religion, whatever fits for you here. It's also about wisdom. It's also about learning the lessons. So I really feel that what we get here is the dedicated effort that's necessary to put into your spiritual work, is one message with these two cards. What was that? What, by the way? The Six of Pentacles. Okay. But for some of you, and it's really about that there is a wish for a romantic connection at work. That you would love, where you feel spiritually very connected. Okay. So there, with the Hierophant here, it's really a spiritual connection. Maybe there wasn't anything going on physically yet. The Six of Pentacles is the card of equal give and take and giving and receiving. So maybe you are tempted for a third party here, but it's not really what I'm getting. But I got third party when I was preparing for your reading. But I got it more in regards to the pain. Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. So for some of you, it's really about family. So pages can represent children, and because I have two pages, could be about children, because the Hierophant can be about family. That might be because why you are feeling so all tied up and in that responsibility. But pages are also communicators. Even though it's just little communication. With the Page of Pentacles, I get more about planting the seed for what you truly want. What I just said here, whatever it is for you. It doesn't have to be at work. It might be that, you know, you would. It's more the advice that you need to be willing to put the dedicated effort into a situation and to have faith that everything will work out well, and that when you give, you will also receive. So that Six of Pentacles is here more about when you put the effort into a situation and follow your guidance, you will also receive you will see physical evidence that your inner work pays off. But you might think about to send a little message to someone here to test the waters. Spirit, I want to know what is behind that closed door for Leo if he is doing the work. Can you show us a bit what that is? What is behind that closed door for Leo? Nine of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so the Ace of Pentacles would be a huge opportunity. And that's the vampire deck, so it's not really so craving for that Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is a huge opportunity presented by the universe. It's a new beginning in that physical world. It's a huge new beginning. With the Nine of Wands, it's really, Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, the guarded energy. I hear the word suspicious. So you are very suspicious about a new beginning here, and we got that at the very beginning. I heard that, why even try, right? It won't work out anyways. Maybe it's not meant for me, whatever. So that's really, so there is an Ace of Pentacles waiting, but right now the door is closed because you wouldn't even try. You don't believe that it's possible for you, but it's also because you are in that heavy energy, caught up here, all tied up. Oh, Leo, that was a heavy reading, but let's end it slowly but surely because it's already quite long. So what are the last messages for Leo, please, Spirit? Have we something uplifting? Okay. So I have joy at the bottom. And what flew out here? Freedom through faith. Fitting messages alone from the title, but let's read it. So freedom through faith. I calm my thoughts and rise above fear. I free myself of all doubt by entrusting my doubts to God. I have faith in God's perfect timing and placement. I trust His will and find freedom. So how fitting we said that you need to calm your mind. And joy, yeah, that's for sure missing in your life. It's all heavy and, ooh. Like a child, I discovered joy in the simplicity of life. Happiness lies in magical moments, not in the material. Even the smallest joy is a great source of light. My dear Leos. Really take a deep breath, and when you're breathing out, please set the intention that you let go of that heaviness. You can imagine it as dark smoke, and when you breathe in, light, breathe in light, bright white light. It's really heavy energy here. I'm so sorry. I would love to have beautiful messages for the new year for you, but I know that this Ace of Pentacles is waiting for you, but that door is still closed because you are in that indecision. So I hope you find the courage and the strength to make that decision for your highest good. All the very best, my dear Leo. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, Sagittarius. I hope you're doing well, having a Merry Christmas here. And now we will see what to expect for you in the new year of 2024. So what I was getting when preparing here for your reading was that there is the deep desire for a new beginning, that you've made the decision that you really want to have that happiness, to feel that emotional fulfillment. So what will be necessary to do so is to end certain things. And the message I actually got most importantly is to approach that new beginning. Also, you want it really badly, and you might try to force things here in a very, well, Spirit is using the word toxic, so toxically trying to push into a new beginning here. And Spirit is telling you to maybe change the approach. But we will see what we get in your reading here. So I will start with a 9-card spread to get a little overview what the main topic for you might be. So we get an extra message here. But let me first of all do that. And let's see what. One on the floor and one on the table. So we have the Magician and we have the 7 of Coins. So trying to manifest your desires, but it might take time. Or I mean, the 7 of Pentacles is the card of patience. You know, we've planted a seed, we nurtured it so it can grow. But usually when this card comes up, I feel a lot of impatience with it. So it quite takes too long. And that might even explain that toxic energy that Spirit was pointing out, that I want this new beginning and trying to force things. But what you have to understand in regards to energy is when you try to force things and not go with the divine timing and with the flow here, you actually make it will take longer even, because that energy, that force that you put in here is actually something that delays it even more. So, but that's our little side note here, because they were falling out. And I have, oh, your overall energy is the Tower. So Scorpio's energy right away here. We have Gemini's energy, by the way, with the Magician here. I only go with court cards and major arcana when it comes to the signs. So to have the Tower as the overall energy with the solar plexus chakra here, I mean, the Tower usually can feel quite unpleasant. The Tower just means huge change, usually unexpected and sudden. And it's just about that the old needs to go before the new can come in. So we need to burn down the old foundation to build a new one, which will be more stable then. But let's see what else we get. So this card goes together with the first card, what will be the middle card in your spread. And Leo had also the 5 of Swords in the middle. Resisting the Tower. I lay them out first of all. I show them when I talk about them. So the Princess of Wands, the 10 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, a King of Cups. And here we go with the 10 of Cups, that emotional fulfillment that you want so badly. 8 of Coins, 3 of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. So Spirit guided me to look at the bottom again. I mean, the Tower was the bottom. I have underneath the Queen of Cups. I have a King of Cups on the table. So I don't know if you are identifying as a queen or a king here, but we have a match here. So this is any kind of soul connection, divine counterpart, whatever your belief system is here. It's not up to me to label your connection, but it's the same suit, so it's a match, you know? So soulmate energy somehow. And so with a Five of Swords in the middle here, that's the card of ego and pride, but it's also about that the battle might be already lost. So the belief, so it's a card of defeat. But also what I hear in your case is that deep mental conflict. So you are back and forth about to want this and to believe that it's coming, and then you already get into that energy again. So it might really go on for quite some time for you here already, that you try to manifest that with the Seven of Pentacles here, so that you really get impatient and lose faith. But you're resisting the Tower, so something needs to have this new beginning here. There is something that needs to be destroyed first. But let's see if we figure out what that is while going through your cards here. So I have the Princess of Wands. What's the Page of Wands in the traditional tarot? This is the chakra tarot. The Princess of Wands comes here with the heart chakra. I am also here because I have the throat chakra with the Five of Swords, and Spirit points out, watch your language. And not in case that you are maybe cursing, but in regards to, you know, your words are creating your reality. So when you say too often, like, it won't happen anyways, I give up, all that stuff, you create your reality actually. So the Princess of Wands can be a communicator. So pages are usually about communication, if just little. But it's also what I heard with that card right away is inspiration. But so I have, let's go, we will see with the cards here. I have the Ten of Wands here. What's overwhelming, burdensome, exhaustion. And that goes together with the Two of Wands. What's being at the crossroads. We need to decide which path to choose. So what to do. So you are, especially with the Five of Swords in the middle here, about what I just said. Giving up or still hoping for it. But I hear Spirit saying something else needs to happen first. So whatever that Tower might be, we will figure out somehow, I hope. So it's really exhausting you here, and brings also up fears that it's not happening. But that back and forth for you between believing in it and hoping for it, and I give up, it won't happen anyways, that's also exhausting you. So you have to make a clear decision if you want to hold on to this and believe in it, or if you give up on it, because you give the universe mixed signals here. You can't on one way, on one hand, say, I want this person in my life, whoever this is for you, and on the other hand say, I don't believe anyways that they come. That's why Spirit is saying, watch really your words here. Be aware, very clear, what you say, what you speak. So for some of you, the Princess of Wands is representing you, and that you just come up here as a princess. Again, that's not for each and every one of you, but shows us that there is a bit growth that needs still to happen. So you are in an energy that is, you want it all, but maybe resisting certain change that needs to happen first. So if something in your outer world isn't matching your desires yet, the reason is usually inside of yourself. And Spirit is pointing out that you are resisting a huge change here. But what you have to be aware of too, the Tower, you can bring that change for yourself. That's usually much more pleasant because you make the decision what happens when. As long as you are resisting the Tower, at some point the divine brings the Tower, and that's usually the unpleasant Tower. So that is change that forces you. You are forced to make changes because a huge event happens and brings that change if you want it or not. And that's usually very sudden, unexpected, and chaotic. So Spirit still gives you the chance here to stop to resist certain change. You might even, so many of you are here already know what that is about. So you are very focused, almost very, very attached to that situation that you want to manifest, and everything else kind of has no importance. But your personal growth needs to have importance here. You need to put attention to yourself in the first place. And that's what's missing here. That's why it's not happening for you. That's why it takes so long. So the Princess, in regards to communication, is just giving something little. It's a bit immature, and especially with these with these other cards here, with this row, with that diagonal row, with the Five of Swords and the Knight of Swords here, it's really about that you need to be careful with your communication here in regards to your manifestation, and with the Knight of Swords also in regards to other people, because the Knight of Swords usually is so focused on the goal and has the tunnel vision, storms forward, and lacks usually compassion for others or even softness. So quite harsh in his words, not caring if he's hurting someone. Very in ego and pride, what the Five of Swords is also about. So you, as a Spirit is really pointing out here, there is some growth to do, and that's something you have to do without that person. That is something you need to do on your own for yourself. I have the Princess here with the King of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Come on. The Eight of Pentacles is the card of work or the dedicated effort. So you put a lot of effort into a King of Cups if you are the Queen of Cups here in this mix, or if you are the King of Cups, okay, I get that's not the case. Okay, okay. So the King of Cups can be someone at your workplace with the Eight of Coins or Pentacles underneath. And then in this row, it's about feeling really inspired by this person in regards to work. So the King of Cups is also what you want, because it's in the row here with the Ten of Cups. What's that emotional fulfillment? But we have that down Five of Swords in the middle. So ego and pride is and resistance, and also the way you think about it, that it won't happen anyways. But I want it, but it won't happen anyways. So that mixed signal stuff, not making a clear decision, that's why it's not happening. But that's your true desire here. That's your 10 of Cups that you want. Hmm. So feeling very burdened, um, and exhausted while kind of waiting for your ships to come in. Three of Wands is the card of taking action towards your goal, so the guided action. But at some point, so okay, they point out, so these are following cards, right? Following up cards. So Two of Wands is to make the decision on what you truly want. And the Three of Wands is then the next step to take the guided action, um, towards your goal as far as you can, and then surrender to the divine and waiting for your ships to come in. Or sometimes there are even in the physical world things where you can, I don't know, where you put something into action and then you have to wait for a certain time until the results come in. So that is the card. But what I got immediately when that card came out was yearning, waiting and yearning, and especially with the Five of Swords here and the Ten of Wands. So feeling very exhausted and burdened by that waiting and yearning, and getting into that ego energy. I want this and I want this now. And that is even what Spirit was pointing out before I even started the reading and using cards. That toxicity. Sagittarius, what you're doing here. Um, so in regards to work, you also have to watch your communication. You might really create some trouble for yourself by being in that Knight of Swords energy when it comes to communication. I mean, this is the Knight. What's about communication? It's even with the throat chakra. And again, the Knight of Swords usually can be quite hurtful with his words, and even doesn't care. So there is some toxicity going on here, by being too attached to the situation. Uh, you're not willing, you resist to put a dedicated effort into. You don't want to decide clearly, you don't want to make the changes that are necessary. Um, hmm. So for some of you, it's also about a workplace here. I mean, obviously, this King of Cups might be at work for you. So for some of you, it's also waiting for something in regards to work that's not working out yet, or money. But you are at these crossroads. You didn't decide yet on what you truly want from this, or yeah, you know what you want, but because it's not coming, you are back and forth in believing or not. Well, let's get some other decks, some other cards on the table here. I hear soften your energies. So you are too harsh, too much in ego here. Too attached. So for Sagittarius here, for the year 2024. So we have the soulmate energy. So I already said that with with the same suit here. So yes, this is your soulmate. And we have give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So for some of you, it's also about that you think, you know, blame the other one. It's their fault that it's not happening. Um, Not seeing that you have to put your work into it too. That's also here, that row, right? The King of Cups with the dedicated effort, and the Princess of Wands. So expecting them to put the effort in. So I get for the majority here that you are the Queen of Cups. And it's about the King of Cups. But even if it's the other way around, it's still the same scenario. What else here for Sagittarius, please, Spirit? The Goddess of the Moon, that's cool. And the man holding a coin. So the Goddess of the Moon is telling us that you might be quite mysterious. It's also about that you can trust your intuitive insights. For me, it's a bit like the High Priestess in Tarot. So, but what I get when you are the feminine in this energies here, and it's about a masculine energy that you try to manifest, and what takes too long out of your point of view, they see you as the goddess and as mysterious. But I also get that you intuitively know that they are meant for you. The man holding a coin is someone who has valuable lessons to learn, but also to teach you valuable lessons. But it's also about the value that he has for you. Also that wanting to support you is what I hear. Or even provide. The Temptation card with healing. So the Temptation card is a bit like the Devil's energy, right? What would be toxicity, but I don't get it that heavy here. So, but you are very focused on that person, thinking of them day and night, daydreaming is what I hear. So kind of, for some of you, it's really about spending more time in that state of daydreaming and thinking of them and what would be about the situation, and when will it finally, you know, arrive into your life. Then you put effort into yourself here, into your healing that needs to take place. So the Tower that needs to happen, let's see. First of all, what is, wait, where is that deck here? So what is the shadow here? What needs healing? Which shadow needs healing? For Sagittarius here in 2024. Which shadow needs Sag to face? Yeah, the forgetting oneself. So you are only focused on that person. You should never give that power over to someone in that way. I have the gilded regret at the bottom. So there might be something that you regret from the past, what's still a shadow, that forces you to be in that energy of forgetting oneself, of being so focused and attached to someone else instead of on yourself. Even though I feel that ego energy, what is focused on yourself, right? But in that toxic way, like I've said, I want this and I want this now. Why is it not coming? And even blaming the universe for not bringing it to you. For some of you is what I hear. And there might be something that you did or didn't do, where you tell yourself, well, it's okay. You find excuses, you know, why you did it that way. So you put the gold on the regret here and the glitter, but it's still regret. And regret is a huge blockage for manifestation. So can you clarify that for us, Spirit, please? What is that about? Why is Sag forgetting oneself? So I have the Knight of Wands at the bottom. What's even your energy? So we have not much signs on the table. I mean, we have Scorpio's energy, of course, with the Tower, and also with the King of Cups. We have, I think the Queen of Cups is Cancer. I'm not quite sure actually, but yeah, we have a Queen of Wands here now. Queen of Wands and Knight of Wands. So you are very passionate about this person, but that passion is consuming in a toxic way. Six of Pentacles and Four of Cups. Yeah, you are very disappointed here, feeling rejected because there is no equal give and take. So you are giving and giving, but you don't get back. So you have the feeling that you put the effort in, but the other person doesn't. And that brings up that Four of Cups energy, what's also kind of a pouting energy sometimes. That's kind of a bit what I get here, like, come on, you don't give me what I want. So again, I get a bit childish behavior here, like, you know, I want this. And now with that pouting energy, that Spirit is showing me a pouting child. So no offense here, I'm only the messenger. So yeah, there is no equal give and take, but you are blaming that person instead of looking inside of yourself, that your behavior and your approach here is toxic, by forgetting totally about yourself and looking at yourself, that you need to make necessary changes or do some healing work here. So with the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands, you really put a lot of passion into this, but it's, again, it's consuming, completely consuming you in a toxic way. So what's that? A King of Pentacles with a Four Wands. So your person might be married for some of you. I mean, the King of Pentacles alone can already represent someone who's married, and together with a Four Wands, what's the marriage? The foundation. And the Nine of Wands at the bottom, what's the guard up? So it's guarded. He's guarded because he's married, for some of you. But that's a clear message here. So that can you have as much passion as you want. So a tower needs to happen first. So maybe for him the tower needs to happen, but you are waiting for that tower, but you can't force that tower. That's his decision. Heavy energies here. Oh, what else for Sag here? Do change my glasses here. So I have the oath. Whoop. And I have self-worth. Yeah, so I mean that we have a huge self-worth issue here. If you are attached to even a person that's emotionally not available, and totally forget about yourself and just be focused on that person, then you need really to do some self-worth work here with the oath. So maybe they promised something to you, especially when it is someone for you here who's married and maybe promised to leave the marriage. But yeah, still, it's a really heavy energy here right now. So you're all in with all your passion, all your thoughts, all your feelings, as the Queen of Cups especially also. But the person is not giving back. And I hear, why not? We belong together. And maybe he even said that too. But yeah, this is his decision that he needs to make, and you can't force him to do so. I mean, especially the more you might push, the less he will do it. What's the main challenge or lesson here, please, for Sagittarius in 2024? So it wasn't planned to, I set the intention for uplifting readings, but Leo's already was quite heavy. So what is the main lesson or challenge for Sagittarius in 2024, please? Take a deep breath with me, Sag, please. So Uriel and the swings. And the reflection at the bottom. So it's really a time, I mean, you're resisting here, right? That reflection, that work on yourself. So it's really time to go within and look at yourself instead of just looking at that person and maybe even blaming them for not being with you yet and not making the necessary changes, because Spirit is pointing out you don't make necessary changes. So they point out that this is the number 19 here, the reflection card, what adds up to 10, and 10s are about closing old cycles. So Archangel Uriel is with you here with that card. So you can ask him for help here. This card is a lot about the bigger picture and also accepting the mystery, to accept that you can't know all the answers and you won't get all the answers. And even if you would get the answers, you wouldn't understand all the answers, because as human beings, we usually can't understand the really big picture. So sometimes we get the bigger picture, but usually not the big picture. But especially not when you're so attached and give all your power over to one person. My dear Sag, I have to tell you that is toxic behavior, unfortunately, and you really have to find a way here to let go a bit and allow, even, you know, by chasing energetically that way, by holding on so extremely tight to a person, alone on the energetic level, it will have the opposite effect of what you want. And also on the human level, again, if you push someone to, you promised, they will more run away, or either run away, or rather run away than do what you expect them to do, by trying to force them to do that. So the Uriel and the Sphinx is also about that you need to dig deep inside of yourself, especially also in combination with the reflection card. So it's really about to look deep inside yourself, what is going on here, because that this love, or love in general, a beautiful connection like this, is not manifesting for you. We really get impatient here. The issue is inside of you. It's not your person's fault. You aren't in alignment with it because of your own issue here. What's for sure about self-worth? What's that toxic attachment? So really go within and look where this even comes from. You can ask Archangel Uriel here for help. So can you tell me a bit more, Spirit, what is the tower that needs to happen here for Sagittarius? What needs to change here, beside the fact of going within and doing the work on themselves and getting rid of the attachment? So the Hierophant and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, so the Hierophant is again the card of a marriage, not only, but it's what I get. And the Six of Pentacles would be equal give and take. So because of a marriage, there is no equal give and take. We already got that message here. I have the Moon at the bottom. Once again, about that reflection work, that shadow work. So what Spirit is telling you here, the Hierophant is also about spirituality, belief systems, also about integrity and faith. But I get here the spirituality, or the spiritual work that's necessary to do. I get, if you put that effort into yourself by doing that work, you will also receive, I think you had the same message kind of, you will also receive something beautiful out of it, but you need to do the work. You need to go within here. And it's not just, I also get when we just read the Hierophant and the Six of Pentacles as your person, and in combination with the moon, that you see that as their shadow, it's yours. It comes from you. They are just mirroring back to you your own shadow. That's how it works. That's what shadow work is about. The mirror work. So again, if something in your outer world isn't matching your desires, it's an issue inside of you that is mirrored back from the outer world. As within, so without. When you do the inner work and your inner energies are changing, then your outer world will automatically transform. Ace of Swords, so about speaking your truth here for once. So I mean, the aces and tarot are about new beginnings. So you want to have a new beginning here based on honesty and clarity, what the Ace of Swords is about. You want to have clear communication. You want to know what's going on in regards to their marriage. Maybe they don't even tell you what's going on. Maybe you just get little crumbs, you know. I mean, we already got the message that you give a lot, actually too much, and they only give you crumbs. So there is no equal give and take. And you might not, and only just a little communication also. So you want to know what's truly going on. But again, the focus is only on them. You want to know what's going on. You want to know why they aren't with you yet. Why is it taking so long? Why can't they make that decision? Why can't they be with me? But it's really about you here. You need to put the attention on yourself and go within. And really, that attachment is extreme here. I mean, I felt it from the beginning. I already talked about it before I pulled cards here. And Spirit was using the word toxic. I was still kind of hesitant to use that word, even though it felt like it. I would have loved to give you an uplifting reading, but yeah, so there is some work necessary, my dear Sag. Let's get the closing message here for you. For Sagittarius, please, Spirit. What's the closing message? Positive thinking. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? And release. Yeah. So the other thing is that because of that frustration that comes up for you, and that a part of you thinks that will never happen anyway, so that battle is lost, it won't happen. But on the other hand, you are holding on very tight to it and want this so badly and try to force things here. Again, that are the mixed signals that you give to the universe, so that won't work anyways too. So I will read these two cards, so positive thinking, and I don't know if that even is to read, and release. My life is full of small patches of light. I direct my thoughts to that which brings me well-being. I place what is weighty for me. Wait, I'm sorry, I have to change my glasses. That's not working that way. I start again. I'm so sorry. Better. My life is full of small patches of light. I direct my thoughts to that which brings me well-being. I place what is weighty for me into the hands of the universe. Little by little, the light awakens in my being and I find serenity. and the release. I stop fighting my fears and the hardships of life. I control my thoughts, live in the present moment, and accept each stage of life. I work on what I have power over and put into God's hands what I can't change. I trust that everything will work out for the best. So yeah, that trust you need to have, that everything will work out for the best. And again, you can't force their tower. We are individuals. We all have to make our own decisions, our own healing work, and so on. But you have to put the effort into yourself in the first place. And to come together healed then. Okay, they point out something, but let me close that sentence. To come together in a healed way then gives a much more stable foundation than to build on later on. They point out something with the oath here. So really go within and look if there is something you've promised yourself or a promise you've made to yourself in regards to them. So they point out there was some kind of promise or oath that you've made in regards to them, maybe just to yourself or to them, but that you kind of feel bound to. And that came not from a place of self-worth. And they point out also that look within if that's even still you. So I don't know how long that situation goes on. I already got with the Seven of Pentacles that it's quite some time. So maybe at some point when you've met this person first, there was an alignment with you. But for some of you, you've outgrown that, but you still hold on to it because you've made a promise back then. But and you got so used to that situation that you are not able to let go yet anymore, or at least feel like you can't, feel like you have to hold on, but you don't. You have to take care of yourself, Sagittarius, please. Take care of yourself first, and that's not healthy, and you even know it. You feel exhausted, you feel burdened, in mental conflict. That alone should be enough sign for you to end something here, to change, to bring change to this. Okay, again, I'm sorry. I wanted to really, my intention was an uplifting reading for the new year. Unfortunately, that didn't work out, but I hope it still helped you in some way, brought you some insights, and didn't trigger the hell out of you. But what is trigger? Trigger just shows us that the other one is right. And it helps us to identify certain issues. With that, I wish you all the very best for the new year, and I hope you will master yourself and find a way out of that here. Take care, Sag. Bye. Thank you for watching.